Hi, this is Denise, and today I'm going to be performing our Kinetic Sand Interactive Lab. Today I'm going to be using dish soap, some water, purified water, straight from my sparklets. I have some sand right here, and some cornstarch as well. So, normally Kinetic Sand contains a chemical called dimethicone, and the dimethicone is usually not readily available within the store, so that's probably why we're going to be using the cornstarch. So it's a silicone polymer found in many beauty products that we have and see out in the market today. In kinetic sand, its viscosity increases under stress, and viscosity is the measurement of substances of a substance ability to flow freely. So some things have more viscosity and then less. When you add pressure, it is a solid. But when you release the pressure, it becomes liquefied. So, or it starts to move like liquid. So having those liquid properties, the way that it looks. So the polymer chains within the mixture makes the sand pieces stick together so you can form it into shapes, basically. So if I did a ball, it should be able to stay in the ball. Make a little sand castle, it should stay within that shape as much as possible. So if you ever made something called oblak before, this is a non-Newtonian fluid. It is both liquid and a solid depending on the amount of pressure you put on it. So this kinetic sand is somewhat similar that we're going to be making today. The cornstarch and the soap is this homemade recipe, and it allows it to move and act the same way as the oblak. So today I went ahead and I poured that sand that you saw into my little container right here. And I'm actually going to put my camera down, hopefully, so you can see it. So perfect. There's my sand. And I added a good amount, actually. And right here, I have my water. I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of drops of dish soap. And watching the video, I noticed that there's different ways you can do it. Some people have even added oils to theirs. Some people added food coloring just to dye the color, some glue, definitely different options, but I'm going to go ahead and try the first more straightforward one. So I went ahead and add that dish soap into there. I'm going to go ahead and grab a spoon and grab a couple of cornstarch, and I'm going to pour it into my sand. So liquid mixture here is of soap and water, and then right here I'm going to go ahead and add my cornstarch in. And they basically said 1 to 2 teaspoons, so I'm going to add this in. Get something to mix it with. So I try to get like the fine sand. Hopefully. Maybe I should have done the purple one so I could see the difference within the cornstarch and the sand, but everything's white on white here. I'm just going to add a little bit more cornstarch. And I guess in this case, less is more with the water. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple of, use my pipette, mix it around. And I'm just using my pipette because I feel like it gives me more ability to control how much water and soap is going in. So it is starting to form some chunks. I don't know if you can see it. Definitely going to need a little bit more water and soap. Mix it around. Making some more chunks still. And I've actually played with Kinetic Sand before. It's actually pretty cool. Definitely, even though it's geared for kids, I as an adult definitely enjoy playing with it. Get some more water and soap. And I just saw also that you got to be careful that it doesn't get too wet. I think that'll almost be the last of the water. And maybe it's just better for me to do this with my hands. So I'll definitely be doing that right now. Just want to do as much as possible first with this. Okay, I definitely see that the consistency is changing. So let's go ahead and see. Roll up my sleeves. Oh, it definitely feels wet. And it's not holding its form just yet. Let's see my... And I even saw some people just add the soap. They didn't even add water or just glue, the clear glue, which was pretty cool. Okay, so it's definitely getting that wet feeling. So I feel like I have enough liquid in here. But it's not sticking together just yet. So maybe I need to add some more starch, cornstarch. I'm not getting that consistency just yet, so I'm going to try one more thing, and that's to add just the soap in by itself. It smells really good, but I think that's the soap. Okay, so for this, I don't feel like it's there just quite yet. Let me see if I add some more water with soap. Let me see my cornstarch. And let's see. So mine is still like sand-like material. I don't know if you can see it. Definitely not sticking together just yet. So now I'm definitely going to add more soap and water to see if that helps a little bit. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere now. In my case, I definitely needed to add more of the soap water. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. So I don't know if you can tell, it's definitely, oh, I got it. Yeah, okay, cool. Let me just finish mixing this real quick. And you can see now, how it's totally different. It's kind of holding its shape there, just a little bit too liquidy, but I definitely feel it and I see it. It's definitely very weird and interesting feeling. Cool. So I think in this case I could add more sand, but let me finish getting my ridges or hair of everything. Okay, let me get my sand. Add some sand in. Some more sand. The rest of it. So this is actually pretty cool. And it's holding together quite well. I wouldn't say it's 100% there. However, it does have that texture. Let me see if I can add some purple sand in. Maybe that'll help with the consistency of it. But I think I'm pretty much there. It's pretty awesome. Now let's see how this looks. Okay, cool. I still have some time left on my timer. I always get nervous it's going to cut me off too much. So to me, this kind of looks like fluff. I don't know if you guys ever seen online the kids make fluff nowadays along with slime and everything else. Well, this is what it looks like to me. And it is pretty awesome that we don't have to use dimethicone in order for the polymer chain reaction to occur, or the chains to link up to one another. We can just go ahead and use these household products. It makes it a lot easier for us. And then let me add some more starch, cornstarch. And I think that should be it. Cool. Yes. Okay, cool. So look, you can see it now a little bit. Give me 1 second so I can just mold something. So you see that? And then when I touch it, cool, it worked. So now I have some kinetic sand for my godson to play with when he comes over right now. This is awesome. So let's see if it holds its shape this time. Remember earlier it was too liquefied. So this is pretty awesome. Oh, look at, yay, I did it. Well, I'm really happy that this was our last project and that it actually did work. It definitely has that liquidy texture, even though it's not as stretchy as our regular kinetic sand that we would buy from the store. It definitely has the same properties. So thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this class. I had a lot of I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed this last project. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Professor. Have a good one. Try not to get this.